Um, I think that the IDF is preparing itself. There are, I would say, some plans, even more than one plan. One of the plans, by the way, is even not to launch a ground operation at all, but to bring Hamas to surrender and to dismantle itself militarily, be it dismantling vis-a-vis the Israelis or dismantling vis-a-vis the Egyptians. But I think that the IDF is well preparing itself for the option of ground operation in Rafah. And I assume that at the end of the day, the war will not be ended without tackling the issue of Rafah, be it by a ground operation or by self-dismantling of Hamas.
Professor, according to reports in Israeli media, there are documents from the Israeli War Cabinet and IDF assessments that the full-scale war with a major IDF presence will last another 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. That's in line with the public comments from ministers saying a few more months of war, which means that it's close to a hard decision on who will administer civilian life in Gaza after. We're only talking a few more weeks of this. Then who's going to administer the government and social services inside the Gaza Strip?
We knew from the first beginning that we are talking about a very long war. I would like to remind our viewers that the talks were about at least 1 year war. We are in the 5th month of the war. The situation is very complicated there. We are talking about a very populated area and now about a more populated area with regard to Rafah. The IDF has to find a way to evacuate civilians from there. And when we are talking about a ground operation, it doesn't mean that we are going to occupy all of Rafah area, exactly as we didn't occupy all of Khan Yunis area. But we succeeded in dismantling the center of gravity of Hamas in Khan Yunis. And this is exactly what we have to do in Rafah. We are talking about 4 battalions. This is what has been left from Hamas in the Rafah area. And I think that Rafah is not the main issue. The main issue is Philadelphia corridor. And here we are getting closer and closer to the Egyptians with regard to the understanding what should be done with regard to Philadelphia corridor. And when we are talking about the battalions of Hamas, the 4 battalions, they do not occupy all of Rafah area, but some enclaves in Rafah area. And I think that the IDF will find the right way to deal with that.